welcome to my channel, The Ready Nurse Nay. Today's video is going to be about constructive criticism in nursing school. So I came up with this video because I was in class last week and a couple of my classmates were talking about just being getting some constructive criticism from their professors and from their clinical instructor when working on the hospital floor, treating patients and things like that. And they're talking about how it made them feel. Some of them said it made them feel sad because they didn't know the correct answer or something like that. Some of them said it made them feel upset. Everybody had different emotions about it. So I thought it would be a good video to talk about it. So that's what we're talking about today. So when I think of constructive criticism, I think of feedback that will help improve you in some type of way. Maybe you were doing a task or something wrong and a person provided constructive criticism so that you can do the task correctly, or maybe they had just some different tips and ideas of how you can do the task more efficiently. So they gave you some constructive criticism so you can do the task more efficiently. So that's what I think of when I think of constructive criticism. It's not necessarily to bash you or attack you or anything. That's not what it should be for if it's going to be constructive and effective. It should be to help you, to benefit you, either to correct an error that you're making or to give you some tips to make you more efficient at whatever task you are completing. That's what I look at as constructive criticism. You will get constructive criticism at work. You will get constructive criticism at school from your teachers and your professors. If you are a clinical student, you will get constructive criticism on the floor when you're performing tasks and things like that from your instructors. You will get constructive criticism if you are in a sport, okay, and you're on a team. And the tips, the idea is that this constructive criticism is to make you better. So my take on it is, if you are getting constructive criticism from a teacher or professor or from wherever you are in your life, the goal is it to make you better. So take that constructive criticism, hold on to it, learn from it, grow from it, and do better from it, okay? Don't take it and let it defeat you. And that was kind of my tip to some of the ladies and some of my classmates that were saying they received some criticism and they were, feeling sad and bad about it. You take that constructive criticism and you let it make you better and improve you. Don't let something that's meant to be for your good defeat you, okay? You need there's so much crazy stuff going on in the world. Whenever somebody is throwing you some good stuff that can help you, use it. Use it for your benefit. Use it to help you. Use it to make yourself better, to learn from it, to grow from it. Don't let it defeat you, okay? The next thing I would say, if you're a clinical student, extend yourself some grace and extend some grace to your professors, okay? Like, we're all human beings. No one is perfect. You're a student. I'm a student. We're learning. We're not going to know every single thing all the time. We're learning new tasks. We may do some things wrong, and our instructors and clinical professors and stuff are there to catch those errors and correct them right away so that we don't go on making the same mistakes throughout our whole nursing school career. So that's their job. Their job is to point out when you're doing wrong and to correct you when you're doing wrong. Their job is to point out and give you tips and advice on when you could be doing something a little bit different to be a little bit more efficient as a nurse. That's their job. You wouldn't want an instructor just complimenting you all the time, especially if you're doing something wrong, because that hurts you and your patients in the end. You want to be told when you are doing wrong so that you can fix it, and you want to be told given different tips to make you even better and you can perform certain tasks even easier and with ease. That's what they're there for. And so, you want that, okay? That's a good thing. And that's why I say extend yourself some grace. Know you're a student. You're going to make mistakes. Ask questions. You can be as prepared as you want to be for clinical, but sometimes you still might make mistakes and ask questions, and that's okay because you're a student. Extend some grace to your professors and your clinical professors. They're not perfect, guys. They might mess up, and they're busy. There is one clinical professor if you're a nursing student in the hospital. One clinical professor typically to about 6 to even 10 students, and they're having to be there with you when you pull medications, when you are administering your medications, when you're taking blood sugar levels. They're having to be there with you all kinds of steps of the way, on top of answering all of our questions. So extend some grace to them, okay? Maybe when you ask them a question, they might not be in the best tone, but extend some grace to them because they're stressed out as well. So those are my tips. Another thing I would say, in regards to this video is, if you are feeling like you are discriminated against, of course, in any kind of way, by your teachers or professors that you need to file a complaint. You use your student handbook for your school, and you can go to the grievance procedure if you feel like you got an unfair grade for some type of way that was a discriminatory way. If you feel like you're being treated negatively or different because of your race, religion, sexual orientation, things of that sort, then you can make a grievance of it. If you go to your student handbook, it'll kind of give you the procedure. In my student handbook, there is an email where we can email our director of academic enrollment, and you can file a complaint and file a report that way. File a report that way. But for the most part, if they're giving you tips and it's not in a discriminatory manner or anything like that, it's specifically just to help you, take those tips, make them work, learn from those tips, and so you can just be the best nurse you can be, okay? Or the best person, best employee, whatever that you can be. So hopefully that was helpful to you. And just stay encouraged. If you're in school, especially in clinical school, you will be criticized because you're a student, you're learning. They have to tell you when you're doing wrong, and they have to give you tips to help improve some different skills. If maybe you're taking a little bit longer to do it, you can use this tip and do it a little bit shorter or a little bit easier or smoother. That's what it's for. You're in nursing school, you're taking all these classes, learning all these things because they are building you into a nurse, okay? Building you into a nurse. So that's gonna come with a lot of criticism, a lot of critique. That's part of the game, guys. Take that criticism, learn from it. Don't let it defeat you. Be God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Have a blessed week.